I was sitting in the house watching the World Series. It was a Thursday night, and it was October 27, 2015. And I heard this terrible crash behind me in the kitchen. And she was 10 feet away, and I looked, and she was on a hard floor, and she fell. We still, to this day, the doctors don't know what made her pass out. The first thing you look for is she breathing, and she was breathing. And I thought, well, this can't be too bad. She'll wake up. Yeah. And she didn't. I got her to the emergency room and thought, well, maybe she had a little concussion or something. She's breathing. I should have known then something was funny. The doctor had me wait in a little private room. I didn't think much of it at the time, and about an hour went by. And the rest of it is almost surreal. She said, I'm sorry, we did pictures, we sent the film to downtown, there's nothing we can do. You hear things and you just can't believe it. I won't forget her words. Her words were that your wife has zero chance to live through the night. And almost as an afterthought, she said, well, I guess we could send her downtown and they could try and operate. And I said, well, of course. And she was back in surgery. And I talked to God on a one-on-one basis like I never had in my life. For 2 hours, the conversation went on. And the doctor came out. He said, it's minute by minute. I don't know if she'll make it through the night. She stayed in intensive care for 2 weeks. And I remember that first night, I didn't want to go home. And there was a lady, a young lady, and she truly, I thought, was an angel. And she held her hand and she said, you go get some rest, I'll be here. She said that the two of us will be okay. And I looked at her and I said, no, I see 3 of you. And she said, well, I said, yeah, I see Jesus right there holding her other hand. I went home, and she was in the hospital for 4 months on life support for several weeks. It was one small thing after another, and now here she is today. We moved back to Las Vegas last summer and had to find a Christian church. I really think hard about what led me to Central, and I can't tell you. I must have gone online and done a search. But we went to a service, and I said, wow, both of us we fell in love with this community. Judd was like watching a movie that sticks with you, and you think about that movie for a day. Well, that was how Judd's message hit us. We talked about it later that night and stayed with us, and I thought this is just the most impactful thing. The fact that Central had so many young people. We had not seen that in a church before. I said, there's some magic going on here. And of course, we walked in the door and everybody talked about how they're not okay. And we sure weren't okay. But then Judd said, it's okay not to be okay. And I thought, boy, this really rings true. And that's when we realized, and we came to the conclusion, that they said she had a zero chance to live through the night. But God wasn't listening. He didn't hear that. God didn't listen. And here she is today.
I don't remember anything, how it happened, or I don't remember falling or anything, but I just know that, what everyone had said, how I wasn't supposed to be here. God gave me a second chance. And I'm so thankful. I'm very thankful. I pray to him so many times a day.
We pray together, and that's something we never did before Central. I think God used Central to change my life because He made me realize there's more to life. I mean, here's God telling us, Jesus saying, you're going to have problems. It's like, yeah, we have. And everybody has problems. no one lives in that perfect world. And Central, I think, has helped me realize that that's supposed to be that way. This is how God planned it.